Hey, it's Yuri Elkaim, author of the All Day Energy Diets, and I'm preparing a couple of videos for you guys, courtesy of some requests coming from my good friend Mike Westerdahl from Critical Bench. So today I want to talk to you guys about how toxins could be affecting your muscle gains. Now, here's something interesting to think about. Not a lot of people kind of make this association between toxicity and muscle gains, but having played professional soccer for a number of years and kind of high performance athletics being the earlier part of my life, and having then worked as a strength and conditioning coach at the University of Toronto, I can tell you that toxicity and the foods that you put in your body have a dramatic impact on your ability to perform, which also includes your ability to pack on strength and muscle. So I want to give you a couple reasons why toxicity can be a problem if you're working out. So first of all, toxins come in all shapes and sizes. They can be, for instance, toxins that are found in the water, like xenoestrogens, which are fake estrogens that mimic estrogen inside your body. And let me just tell you about those for a second. You might be surprised to know that more men, now more than ever, have higher levels of estrogen than they should. And the reason for that is because of these fake estrogens that are found in our water supply, in plastics, that are leached into our foods. And why this is a problem to you is that estrogen in the body is the kind of polar opposite of testosterone. So when you have high levels of estrogen, first and foremost, testosterone levels are not able to kind of do what they're supposed to do as effectively as they should. So for instance, your liver, which is the main detoxification organ, is unable to get rid of all that excess estrogen because it's too toxic. And the reason it becomes too toxic is because of the foods that we eat, the chemicals we're exposed to, and the modern cities and kind of environments in which we live. So all of those toxins and chemicals go through our liver, and our liver is responsible for getting them out. And if our liver is not able to function properly, it's not able to metabolize excess estrogen. And excess estrogen is a big problem. In women, it causes all sorts of different issues. And in men specifically, remember this, estrogen is a growth hormone, but not growth in the sense of muscle growth in the sense of tumor-like growth. So it's been associated with different cancers, but on the muscle building side, if you have too much estrogen, that's negating any kind of testosterone that you might be getting from your strength training workouts or from your diet. So that's obviously not a good thing. The second thing with toxicity is that toxins create inflammation in your body. And if your body is inflamed, it's not going to be recovering properly, and you're going to lose strength, hit plateaus, and not see the gains that you want to see. So let's just look at a really simple example of this. When you work out, you train your muscles, right? So let's say you're doing bench press. When you're doing bench press, what's happening is you're creating micro tears at the muscle fiber level. And those tears are what allow your muscles to rebuild and come back stronger than before. And that's great, but here's the thing, that is an inflammatory process. And that's why you get sore and stiff, especially if you're doing like, workouts with, big negatives and heavier weights and stuff like that. But here's the thing, if you're eating a diet that is highly inflammatory, then you are now adding more inflammation or causing your body to create more inflammation to deal with all of those foods as well. So now you're working out in the gym a couple times a week. You're doing your best in the gym to gain muscle, to build strength, but the very foods that you're eating could be working against you. So when we talk about toxins or toxic foods, what I'm referring to are foods that are highly inflammatory. And the reality is that a lot of animal products are highly inflammatory. Okay, so if you're eating copious amounts of meat, dairy, and eggs and stuff like that, unless they're coming from a good source, grass finished, organic, free run, that kind of stuff, that's obviously a little bit better, but still, they are highly inflammatory inside the body because of their high levels of arachidonic acid, and that's going to cause the body to create different inflammatory cytokines to kind of compensate and kind of deal with all that. So I don't want to get too scientific with you, but just understand that a lot of animal products are highly inflammatory, as well as a lot of processed grains. So grains, sugar, processed foods, as well as those animal products are the most inflammatory of all foods. What is the better alternative, or what is something you need to kind of weigh all that stuff against? Is more, sorry, I'm just getting attacked by a mosquito. You need to balance that out with eating more plant-based foods. So this includes vegetables and a lot of lower glycemic fruit, berries, apples, pears. And if you're unaware of how to do all this stuff, then don't worry. I've taken the liberty of putting all this stuff together for you in a way that can make life a lot easier. And this is not about this is not about going away from the way you eat, unless the way you eat is McDonald's 7 days a week, right? None of us want to do that. So this is about incorporating specific fundamentals from a nutrition standpoint that are going to help you become a more performant individual in the gym, as well as outside in your everyday life. You'll have more energy, better mental clarity. You'll be able to be more productive to get more stuff done. You'll have the energy to get better workouts in. And here's the amazing thing about eating less inflammatory foods or higher amounts of plant-based foods, is that you'll find that you recover easily 2 to 3 times faster. And this is the biggest difference that I noticed as a former pro athlete, is that when I changed the way I was eating, because as an athlete I was eating a lot of garbage, a lot of the way a lot of athletes do, kind of like Michael Phelps, right? As I changed the way I ate and improved the stuff that I'm talking about here, my recovery was instantaneously better, because I was now giving my body the nutrients that it was craving and lowering the amount of inflammation inside. So anyways, I hope that's helped you out. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, then I'm sure Mike will provide you guys with a link to learn more about what we're doing and how I can help you out with more awesome stuff along these lines. So keep training hard, eat well, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.